Ladies and gentlemen, today I will discuss the new 2023 C8 Corvette Z06 competition and whether it should be spoken in the same breath as a European supercar. Hello everyone and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Today I cannot wait to get into this comparison video. But first of all, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button, as that breaks the YouTube algorithm and really lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this content. Also, I want to say thank you to all of my 43,000 plus followers on YouTube. You guys have been absolutely amazing. We're coming up on the end of this year and I cannot wait to see what 2022 has for this channel. In the meantime, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so by smashing that red subscribe button and the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Welcome to Brink of Speed and let's get going on this video. Alright, first we need to take a look at what GM has created here. They started by being honest with themselves and finally creating a mid-engine platform for the Corvette. This completely changed the Corvette by removing all its limitations. As Taj and all of his engineers say, their front-engine Corvette had reached its peak with the C7ZR1, but now the possibilities are endless. If the C8 Stingray didn't open your mind to a Corvette being a supercar, let me introduce you to the C8 Z06. GM's chief engineer Taj said, "We aren't trying to stick our finger in the eye of any of our competitors. We have fantastic competitors that do amazing cars. We're just trying to be spoken in the same breath as them." And this is exactly what they have accomplished. In fact, while I was in LA at the reveal, I walked up to Taj to congratulate him on the Z06. And after he thanked me, grinning ear to ear, he said that Porsche had just called him to congratulate GM on their new Z06. He also said it was the first time Porsche has ever called to congratulate GM on a car. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you would agree that is big. Now moving on to the early accolades of this new C8 Z06. The flat plane crank LT6 high revving engine is absolutely fantastic. They used exotic materials to build this engine and it sounds phenomenal. It's also the most powerful naturally aspirated engine ever built and wins that prize by over 50 horsepower. And ladies and gentlemen, I think you'd agree that the new width and design of the C8 Z06 makes it look more exotic than the Stingray, and the Stingray, in my opinion, already looks very exotic. Also, the new enormous brakes, wheels, and tires are the largest ever to be put on a Corvette. Plus, the technology of the new Cup 2R tire made specifically for the Z06 is mighty impressive. With the performance coming in at 670 horsepower, 460 foot-pounds of torque, the car only weighing around 3,600 pounds, it comes with the 8-speed DCT transmission and does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, the quarter mile in now 10.4, and my top speed guess is around 212 plus. This car is insane. I think you'd also agree that that is super impressive, and with everything that we heard at the reveal, GM is stating that the top speed will be at least as high as the ZR1, which is 212, and it could be higher. So this is absolutely incredible. We know that the Z06 is much more aerodynamic and has less drag than the C7 ZR1. So what supercars does the Z06 keep company with? Ladies and gentlemen, here's the best part. If we try to compare it to anything that will be similar in price, it's not even close. Luckily, none of the supercars that it keeps company with are even close to its price. I know, we don't know the exact price yet, but we pretty much know it's going to be less than 100K. So let's get going on its competition. Let's start with the car that GM tests the Z06 with for many years. The Porsche GT2 RS. With its 3.8 liter twin turbo flat six, it produces 700 horsepower and 553 foot-pounds of torque. This is pretty much the king of the hill right now, and as most of you know, it holds 4th place at the Nürburgring. It does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, which is exactly the same as the Z06, but it does the quarter mile in 10.1 seconds, 0.3 of a second faster than the Z06, and has a top speed of 211, which is 1 mile an hour slower than the C701. As you can see, the Z06 and GT2 RS are mostly evenly matched. The GT2 RS, though, comes with a price of over $300,000, but as far as specs go, they are very close. However, that's where the Porsche stops and the Z06 starts. If you ask anyone who's ridden in or driven a Porsche RS car, they aren't a delight to drive until you are at the track. The Z06 will be a daily pleasure to drive, and same at the track. Plus, all the creature comforts on the inside of the Z06, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, the Porsche does not have any. All right, now let's move on to Ferrari. To be exact, the F8 Tributo. What a beautiful car this is. I think you guys would all agree. It has a 3.9 liter twin turbo V8 that produces 720 horsepower and 568 foot-pounds of torque. This car does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and the quarter mile in 10.2 seconds. Just a couple of tenths faster than the new Z06, and has a top speed of 211. Also good company for the C8 Z06, but again, the Tributo has a $300K price tag. Now this Ferrari will be more daily driver friendly than the Porsche for sure. So it may come closer to the Z06 in creature comforts inside, but I would guess it still won't have the ride that the Z06 will. Plus, because of its turbos, it will be blown away by the Z06 in the sound category. Now moving on to Lamborghini, here we have the new Huracan Evo. This is also an absolutely beautiful car, and it has a 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 that produces 630 horsepower and 442 foot-pounds of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds and the quarter mile in 10.3 seconds with a top speed of 202 miles an hour. I think we can all agree that this is also good company for the Z06 to be a part of. The Huracan Evo starts at $260,000 but can definitely climb up to $300,000 quickly. Now I've also heard that these are great daily drivers and the interiors are quite amazing. This one with its high revving V10 will sound amazing too. So as far as being the closest competition so far, I think the Lamborghini takes the cake. But let's move on to the final manufacturer. Last but not least, the McLaren GT. Now this might be a little controversial because a lot of people are going to state that this is a Grand Touring car, but it's really not a Grand Touring car. It's more of a supercar. It has a 4 liter, which is the same engine that the 720S has, the mighty 720S, with the twin turbo V8. It produces 612 horsepower and 469 foot-pounds of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and the quarter mile in 10.7 seconds, and has a top speed of 203 miles an hour. Car and Driver stated it was comfy enough to daily drive, but it doesn't have any of the creature safety comforts that the Z06 has. One of those being the blind spot protection in your mirrors. It starts at $213K, and the engine noise will be non-existent compared to the Z06 because of its twin turbos. So as you can see, most of these cars are right around the same horsepower, with the exception of the Ferrari and the Porsche, but they're all within reason of being in the same category of power. So I think these definitely are good company for the Z06. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about these comparisons. Again, in my opinion, it's pretty laughable when you compare the European supercars to this new Z06. It's not even close. I haven't said this yet on my channel, but this Z06 checks all the boxes that I've ever wanted in a car. It being all the power I need, the handling I want, the looks I want, it being a supercar, and because it looks, sounds, and performs the way that it does, I consider it to be pretty darn exotic. So again, it checks all the boxes for me. Let me know about you, which one of these cars you'd rather have. I honestly would take the Z06 over every single car that I've named here, but you let me know down in the comments. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Support the channel by doing so. And again, if you would like to see more of these types of video, consider subscribing to the Brink of Speed channel by smashing that red subscribe button and the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys out on the road.